guys, here in a nutshell with me, Ina. Nako, balita ko, usap-usapan sa maraming mga international student chat groups ang issue na ito. May isang dahilan kung bakit maraming PGWPs ang nare-refuse ngayon. Apparently, there's some confusion on how a PGWP applicant is supposed to upload yung language exam results ninyo na requirement kapag kayo ay nag-a-apply for PGWP. Yan ang ating pag-uusapan. Ano bang gagawin ninyo kung nabiktima kayo nitong parang hindi ko maintindihan kung technical glitch ba ito? Bakit hindi maayos ng IRCC sa kanilang portal? Ipapaliwanag sa atin yan ni Ate Oshin-san. Bagong mukha dito yan sa ating channel. Siya po ay isang RCIC tulad ng marami nating ini-interview at ito ang kanilang Facebook page. O, bago ko makalimutan ha, ayan. Wait, baba natin ng konti. Sun Unity Immigration, siya ang better half ni Kuya Nick, guys, sa mga suki natin dyan, si Ate Oshin. Hello, Ate Oshin, and thank you so much for being here.
Hello, Miss Ina.
Oh, yan. Okay. O guys ha, follow nyo yung Sun Unity and you can get in touch with Ate Oshin by PMing that Facebook page or emailing itong email na gumagapang sa baba. Okay. So Ate Oshin, ikwento mo nga sa akin, ano ba nangyayari dito sa mga refusals na nangyayari? Specifically, citing yung wala daw language test result na in-upload. Bakit ito nakakaligtaan gawin ng mga students na nag-a-apply for PGWP kung requirement naman ito?
Ayun na nga, Miss Ina, nakakasad lang kasi a lot of our consults recently and actually sa email namin and sa mga group chats and Filipino community na PGWP related na topic, they have been reaching out dahil sa refusal nila sa PGWP. So, some refusals actually come after a year pa. So, imaginein mo yon, parang nakapag-move on ka na, tapos may natatanggap kang refusal ng PGWP mo after a year. So, yung iba nakukuha ng 3 months, 6 months, tapos after a year. So, hindi ka ba kakabahan pag nakatanggap ka nun? So, yun yung reason ng majority ng consult namin. And ito yung pinaka, simple pero complicated. So it's just about the language test requirements na in-implement ni IRCC, and that was way back, November 1st, 2024 pa ito na-implement. So nalilito din ako bakit hanggang ngayon hindi ma-add ni IRCC yung placeholder for that mandatory requirement.
Oo, yung placeholder, ibig sabihin yung parang upload button.
Yes,
parang ganun
yes.
sa portal nung web. Kahit DIYer ka, no? Siyempre,
Correct.
hanapin mo yan eh. Na parang, lahat nung merong upload button, ina-expect mo na pupunan mo lahat yan. So, wala nung para sa language exam.
Wala po. So even the DIYer, even our authorized paid representative portal, which kung iisipin mo, ito na yung portal ng mga RCICs, dapat meron, so wala pa rin po.
Okay. But I assume, Ate Oshin, hindi lahat naman, siyempre, ng PGWP applicants ay nako-confuse dyan. Because you explained to me earlier, bago tayo mag-record, no? Na nasa checklist naman talaga ng isang applicant for PGWP na meron ka dapat language proficiency proof, parang gano'n, ang tawag dun. So how do people who successfully apply for a PGWP, paano nila ina-upload yun? Paano nila binibigay yung requirement na yun, na yung iba nami-miss nila? Ano ba dapat gawin?
So, meron kasi tayong client information. So, nasa optional part siya noong application itself pag nag-submit ka. Even actually, the client information is applicable to all types of applications. SP, worker, lahat ng visitor visa. So, ang instruction is to upload yung language result doon sa client information. Of course, together with your brief explanation na ako si Oshi, natapos ako ng pag-aaral ng 2 years, hindi ako nag-violate during my study time, and here's my language results, CLB 5 for those who are graduates from colleges, tapos CLB 7 naman kapag ka university graduates ka. So, yun.
So that is the right way. That is how you would do it for your clients. Okay, Ate Oshins, yung mga nag-DIY, hindi nila nagawa yan, ngayon na-refuse.
Mhm.
Ano ang, madali bang remedyohan 'yan?
In general,
Hmm,
medyo siguro kasi alam ni IRCC partly baka ma baka magalit
ah,
si IRCC sa'kin. Alam
oo,
nila partly their fault, siguro kasi it's been what, November 1, 2024 and gano'n ba kahirap lagyan ng placeholder kung mandatory
oo,
requirement talaga siya? And then not to mention siyempre 'pag na-refused, you have to reapply again, which is usually yun yung course of action na ginagawa ng
o
iba. And then lately, medyo na-implement or medyo naging widely known yung tinatawag nating reconsideration request via web form.
okey.
So, ito yung parang mag-upload ka lang noong valid language test result mo. Pero for me, when I do the reconsideration, hindi lang language, ina-upload ko pa rin talaga yung entire batch, yung completion letter, TOR, so lahat talaga siya. And then you're asking for a compassionate, kumbaga, nagre-request ka kay IRCC na tanggapin niyo ulit yung application ko. Ito yung proof na nagkaroon talaga ako ng language test result na either hindi ko lang na-upload or yung iba actually nagsasabi sa akin, Ate Oshi, na-upload ko talaga siya. Hindi ko alam
Oh,
bakit ako may refusal. Yes.
so iba pang problema 'yan
Iba
ano?
pang problema
Parang
yun.
ano nangyari kung hindi nakita parang gano'n yung iba?
Exactly, oo. What we do is we request for yung GCMS notes kasi yun talaga yung, kumbaga, hindi siya nagsisinungaling kung ano yung documents na sinama mo. Pero sometimes, dahil 40 to 50 days din minsan or 30 to 50 days yung GCMS notes, hindi na rin makakapag-antay yung applicant. So we would just go with the reconsideration stating the fact na eto, if ever nakalimutan ko man, here is my language result, please accept it in good faith. Tapos yun.
I see, okey. Uy, by the way guys, hindi lang po unique sa mga Pilipinong students yung ma-confuse dito sa mga nangyayaring ito. Because I've also seen some, ibang lahi na mga consultants posting about the similar problem encountered by their clients. Tapos nakakita rin ako ng, report na ito, let me show you 'no. Um, this one, this is from City News about a week ago, talking about the same thing. Ayan, no, confusion among postgraduate work permit language resulting in rejections. I wonder what is going on with IRCC kung November 2024 pa pala nag-uumpisa ng magkaproblema dito. Nagsusulat ba yung may 'di ba may organisasyon kayong mga consultants? I mean, has anybody ever tried reaching out sa IRCC to, "Uy, parang kalampaki na, ayusin niyo naman 'no, make it clearer dun sa portal para wala nang ma-confuse."
Yes, Miss Ina. Alam ko, even sila Attorney Lou, tsaka
Hmm,
si Healthy Immigration,
oh,
they have been trying to reach out for this kasi they're biggest advocate for the well-being and benefit of the applicants. Kaya talagang even sila nakakatanggap din ng ganitong issue and sobrang simple lang pero ginawang complicated ni IRCC. So alam ko they have been sending multiple requests and even other RCICs din. So talagang it's been a battle hanggang ngayon.
oo. And, I think it would be obviously more problematic, Ate Ocean, dun sa sinasabi mo na ibang tumatagal ng 1 taon,
Yes.
baka ma ano tawag dito, maging paano yung status nila at that time after a year of waiting, na-refuse? Meron bang nanganganib yung kanilang status dahil dito sa issue na ito?
Sa mga nakatanggap ng refusal, so normally nakalagay doon you have 90 days to restore
Okay.
your visa, your permit. So ang nangyayari doon, we first submit the reconsideration request stating the facts na na-mention natin earlier. And then since you have 90 days, by the way, ang reconsideration request namin so far, yung timeline namin is 50 to 70 days based doon sa mga previous na natulungan namin via DIY or using our representative. So 50 to 70 days. And then some applicants then nag-mention sa amin na they were able to reach out to their local MPs.
Oh,
Natutulungan din sila to push yung application and yung further reconsideration. And then, yun. So, in terms of pagdating talaga ng 90th day, at wala pa rin, kumbaga, wala ka pa rin feedback,
recon.
walang
Oh,
update, hindi nag-move yung application mo. So, that's the time na we would apply for the restoration again. And then, yun, with all the documentations again, magbabayad po ulit tayo ng 255.
oh, nakakainis dun ano, parang Kasi some would think, 'di ba, Ate Oshi, na yung PGWP application, kung okey ka naman, medyo
Yes,
simple process siya, eh.
exactly.
You would expect it to be just approved tapos mangyayari yung ganito. Tapos may bayad pa pala
Yes.
sakaling matagal yung maging, desisyon dun sa reconsideration mo, 'di
Sa
ba?
reconsideration walang bayad, doon
Ay,
yeah,
so
doon
hindi,
sa
kunyari hindi pa
application
dumating,
itself.
hindi umabot,
Mm,
oo.
yeah.
Ano ba 'yan? Okey. Tapos ano pa ba, Ate Osin, ano yung mga worst experiences na mashe-share mo, na ito yung napagdaanan? Paano ba yung kunyari involving may family, nakaapekto ba 'to sa status nila, yung mga gano'n? May nangyari
Yes,
na ba?
talagang sobrang I think heavily affected yung families dito kasi siyempre in limbo ka for example, at least a year, 'di ba? You're waiting for it. By operation of law, valid naman talaga sila to stay here in Canada before the refusal result.
Mm.
So sometimes nandun na yung ano ba, feeling depressed talaga sila kasi
Mm.
dumating yung refusal. You've spent ano ba, 2 years in Canada studying, syempre not just time but money, and then your family is here, tapos nung sana i-avail mo na yung benefit of you studying here in Canada, bigla pang na-refused. So talagang medyo depressing talaga yun sa mga family. So what we always advise is a refusal naman, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So, especially kung yung minor lang na language result. So, normally, I'm not sure with other consultant, pero with our firm, medyo mataas-taas yung percentage namin ng reconsideration request. Almost 100%.
Oh, 'yan, okey. Oh, guys, again, yung email nila Ate Osin yung gumagapang diyan sa ibaba. Okey. So last na lang, Ate Osin, because of this issue, ano ba, when is the best time, kailan niyo ina-advise na dapat mag-apply ba for PGWP? When is the earliest possible time that they can apply? So this is for those na, alam mo, baka nag-aaral pa, malapit na matapos, kailan ba dapat nila inaayos 'yan para sakaling magkaroon ng ganitong problema, eh, kasi sabi mo kanina pati yung iba naman na nag-a-upload ng language test minsan hindi rin nakikita. We
Mhm.
don't really know what can happen, you know. When is the best time? Ano ba dapat 'pag mag-a-apply ka na ng PGWP?
So may dalawang timeline kasi tayo na dapat we have to be mindful of. So there's a 90-day timeline and there's a 180 days. Yung 180 days, basically, yun yung general timeline for you to be able to apply for your postgrad work permit, whether yun nga may valid SP ka pa ba or wala na. So yun yung pinaka-deadliest mo talaga na you have to apply on or before 180th day. Yung 90-day timeline naman, that's for you to be able to have the maintained status and at the same time work while waiting for the result. So
Okay.
lagi kong sinasuggest kasi ang nagiging problem ngayon ng mga applicants natin is especially for university graduates, not being able to hit the CLB7 in all skill area ito. Hindi nagmamatter po yung overall. Listening, reading, writing, speaking, lahat dapat 7 kung graduate ka ng university. What Kuya Nikki always suggests, and you know guys, we have been advocating DIY ever since we arrived here
Mm.
in 2016. So talagang to take the language test as early as possible. In that way, kumbaga magi-gauge mo yung sarili mo, will I be hitting CLB7 for the requirement just for the PGWP application? Kasi minsan, yun yung nagiging cause ng delay for you to be able to submit your application. Pag hindi mo na hit yung CLB7 and it's past 90th day, you are still gonna be able to apply, pero you lose your stance to para doon sa maintained status sana na makapag-work kayo dito sa Canada while waiting for the results. So sayang naman.
Right. Okay. O, ayan guys ha, some tips from Ate Oshin. Again, kung kayo ay ano na, too late na 'tong episode na ito, ay kayo ay na-refuse na, mag-consult kayo kay Ate Oshin or anybody else you want to help you out. Pero pwede rin naman i-DIY, 'di ba?
Correct.
It's
Yes
not
po.
impossible to ask for to apply or to ask for a reconsideration rather na DIY. Again, daanin ninyo sa magandang ano 'no, sulat, yung parang
Pakiusap.
nabanggit ni Ate Oshin kanina. Alright. Meron pa ba akong nakakaligtaan, Ate Oshin? Okey na tayo tungkol sa topic na ito, baka meron akong na hindi natanong?
Wala
Ah,
naman po.
okey
Na-covered
na.
naman natin lahat. Yeah, okey na. Talagang DIY is the best talaga tool for
Yeah,
everyone. So,
alright. Okay. Thank you so much, Ate Oshin San. Okay, guys, ha? I'm so happy may iba akong, mukha ngayon din sa aking mga suki dito. Thank you Ate Oshine for sharing your insights tungkol dito sa issue na ito. Sana makatulong sa mga kababayan natin. We will end
Yes.
this episode here. Yung email po ulit ni Ate Oshine yung gumagapang diyan sa baba. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye.